In school, you were taught that Apollo 11 lost contact with Mission Control for 2 minutes. Not true. Mission Control cut their feed to the world because they found something on that day.
Drinking from your bottle, baby, calling it wasted love, wasted love. I can get
Kermerica can, should, must, and will blow up the moon.
Yes, and we'll be doing it during a full moon, so we make sure we get it all.
Just like that comment section. Oh my god, you guys are killing it. Keep them coming. We are loving all the feedback and all the love. It has been such a joy to make these. And speaking of coming, we did a whole bunch of that last time. Coming to space. Coming to the mud. Coming to certain realizations. If you've just stumbled onto this series right now, my apologies, but also, why not check out the full playlist linked down below. It's in the description of every single video. And speaking of going down, it was about damn time we put some boots on that there regolith. First, we'd need to transfer over the crew, undock Foxtrot 1 and 2, and wipe out some of that pesky horizontal velocity keeping us up in the sky. Okay, nice and slow now. The fireworks are over, now it's just about surviving this. And thankfully the moon's gravity is going to do a lot of work in that regard for us. In fact, we're actually going to artificially eliminate that horizontal velocity right now. And stop. There we go. Let's unlatch that. And we should be moving a couple millimeters per second. I think we can handle that. Although the being on the slope is a little scary, so why don't I actually just nudge us over ever so slightly so we don't have to land on an angle like that. That's a little bit silly. Which does of course mean we're gonna have to nudge ourselves back, but that's a problem for a couple minutes from now. Come on, come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, touchdown. And the science doorbell rings. I don't know what that means. The dinner bell. The science dinner bell rings. Oh, God. That's a beautiful sight, isn't it? Oh, to see that in real life. No time for sentimentalities, though. We've got history to make. Dr. Wand exits the vehicle. Proceeds slowly and gracefully down to collect the very first samples and make the very first footsteps on the Mun. Baba Ganoush Kerman exits the vehicle and gracefully descends the ladder. Oh no. No. A flawless landing, Boba. This is why Dr. Wand loves you. Allegedly. In Minecraft. Okay. And say cheese, boys. Alright, I guess we should plant that flag. Good dunk. Zoom. Ding. All aerospace. We shall name this Boba's profession. And kiss. Mwah. The wonders of freedom. There we go. Could you be so kind as to do an EVA report, do some EVA science for me, would you? Okay, he's gonna hit the golf ball. Oh, that's incredible. 4. Oh, that's a 10 out of 10 animation. 100 science points. Ooh. Okay, now we did have to get some kind of thing. We had to pick up like a rock or something. The Munstone. There we go. Bring a Munstone to the Mun back with you. Where did we find the Munstone again? It was the Midlands, right? We're in the Midlands. Oh no, we're in the Highlands. Okay, where's that crater? The crater was definitely Midlands. I think we might be going on a little bit of a trip here. So RCS on, and we fly. Whoa. Oh. He's taking a bit of a tumble. It's okay. He's very resilient little guy. Dr. Juan, he'll be fine. This helmet's made of pure will and determination, apparently. If I were to look at the biome, though, we are definitely in the Midlands. Oh, okay, don't clip into the rock. Okay, don't. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. So that one, I think we need a new flag to commemorate this. And this is going to be one's folly, that's for sure. Poetic. All right, well, I mean, you gotta hit the old 9. Come on. One day we'll do the full 18. Oh, there it is. That is just deeply brilliant animation. To perform EVAs, which one lets us take surface samples? There we go. Okay, R&D level 2. Wonderful. That's Javier Kerman? This whole time, I've been calling him Dr. One. Has that been Javier Kerman the whole damn time? God damn it. I think he's the wrong guy. Oh, that's the most KSP mix-up I've ever seen. I didn't even pay attention. I don't know why I was calling him Dr. One the whole time. Whoops. Okay, well. Surface sample. How do I get the Munstone? Okay, Javier here has actually phoned home and just checked our... check the details of this particular mission profile. It seems like the Munstone is a very obvious crystal type thing that we've got to find. So I guess we gotta just sort of scan the surface for a bit here. See if we can see any. Apparently they're fairly frequent and not too hard to spot.
Dorime, interrimo ad appare dorime, ameno.
Yeah, are you a Munstone? No. How about you? Apparently you can just get up to them and right-click. It did say we could also find them in the far side crater, if I remember correctly. So maybe that's something to look into as well. Okay, well, we got plenty of fuel. Should we go looking? We could totally go looking. Javier, you're the goddamn engineer. I swear to God we had a scientist on this mission. Am I crazy? Against my worst judgment, it was pretty clear that we should just pack up and head back to the KSC. Let's blast off. Okay, Javier and Baba Ganoush, what the hell, man? I could have sworn it was Dr. One this whole time. Okay, we need to get some altitude first, because I actually don't know what my orbital inclination looks like here. We are 27 degrees in the wrong direction. Okay, that's going in the right direction. That's going in the right direction. Let's pause for a second there. 1 degree off. So if we just were to thrust thusly, we'd be going the right way, roughly 45 degrees. It's the problem with not coming in with an equatorial orbit. Launching like we are from the surface can be a bit of a pain, a bit of a challenge. We've got to just walk in the angle. I want to make sure my orbit is as aligned as possible here. Hopefully we came down pretty flat. 2.7, 2.2. And as before, we want our orbits to be at slightly different heights so that we can actually manipulate them and get a rendezvous. And it looks like we'll actually have a pretty close encounter in like 30 minutes after we enter orbit here. Okay, this ship doesn't actually have all that much delta V, so why don't we just get ourselves into orbit, and then we'll do the adjustments with the other probe. Oh, maybe we can do it with this one. I just do kind of want to leave this thing in orbit around Kerbal because we can just send up another command module, and then we can reuse this lander because it worked pretty damn well. I'm pretty happy with it. It's not like we can come back and forth a few times then, you know. Okay, so now we need to actually plan the old maneuver here. See what we can do. How long? Might have just been a bad time to launch. We probably should have waited till they came around, in retrospect. We've got quite a bit of supplies. We can just kind of sit in the cans for a second. Yeah, look at that. There we go. You got 45 out of 50 supplies for 2 days. This mission's been running for 1 day since we detached. So that's plausible, right? We could be we could make that work, and that intersect is 5 kilometers. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Okay, so we just want to time warp to that point. Keep an eye on those supplies. Oh, they're pretty low. Yeah, they're completely out, so we had just enough to pull this off. Is everyone dead yet? No, they're still there. Okay, good. They didn't load for a second, and I was panicking. Okay, we are going to make just the slightest little adjustment to our Delta V, just to bring those that intercept just that little bit closer together. Okay, burn time's like less than a second, so we're just going to puff this. And yeah, 1.9 kilometer intercept. Pretty good. And we'll do the whole rendezvous rigmarole again. In fact, I think we might actually even get another milestone for rendezvousing in orbit of the moon. Yes. 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 Don't fight it. Don't fight it, brother. Come on. Yeah. There we go. Oh, docked once more in holy matrimony. Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Okay, we're now going to adjust our orbit to be a little bit flatter. The inclination's currently at 7.4 degrees, which is really quite steep. It's going to make rendezvousing with this stuff in space again, if we want to leave it up here, which I think we do, much more difficult. And so let's just let's drop it over here. In fact, we probably should have just left it around the moon, to be completely honest. That would have been the smart play. But we brought it back with us now, so we might as well put it into a usable orbit. So there we go. We've managed to reduce the inclination to 5 degrees. And I think if I kind of just keep going here, we can get that way further down. Periapsis really isn't the best place to be changing your orbital inclination, but beggars can't be choosers and all that. Okay, there we go. So right at the, what I think is the ascending node. It's unfortunately without a target. It's actually kind of hard to figure out exactly where the ascending and descending nodes for this orbit are. If we set that as our target, yeah, there we go. That's kind of giving me the right idea. Because I think the moon is equatorial. I might be wrong about that. I think the moon is a flat 0. It wouldn't be surprised me if it had like a couple degrees of inclination in game. I'm sure our own moon is slightly inclined. I doubt it's completely equatorial. But I mean, there we go. 1.66. It's hard to hate that, right? Like that's a pretty good inclinational adjustment. In order to get it completely flat, we need to move out, and that's not necessary. Having a bit of skewness to the orbit isn't the end of the world. And we did indeed get our rendezvous move around the Mun, but I guess the program has ended because we didn't get the bonus anymore, which is a shame. So we should have actually, in retrospect, we should have undocked, flown away a bit, and then docked again. That would have been the best way to get all of the stuff for us. Okay, cool. So there's no one left on there. Oh, wait, crap. There is science left on there. This is going great. Okay, you jump off. Don't smash the solar panels on your way out. Go get the science. Take the data. You've got nothing for me. Can we observe the mystery goo? Did we never do that? The mystery goo has been externally controlled by a scientist. Okay, lovely. Okay, cool. Well, Javier, if you had been the man you were supposed to be, none of this would be a problem. Okay, looks like we have 73 items of data. Phenomenal. We are going to thrust and hopefully bring that periapsis low enough that we can actually interact with the atmosphere. Because yeah, we're just going to re-enter from high orbit, which is a little spicy. It's a touch spicy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, like a 40-kilometer interface orbit, and we will burn the last of our fuel right at the end. Okay, face retrograde, and enjoy. Okay, we might as well burn off the last of this fuel. Say goodbye to the camera. I probably should have transferred over the supplies too. Whoopsie. That's fine, we can send a resupply up. And I need to jettison this thing now. Actually, this is a great use case for the RCS. Just to kind of bump us out of the way so we don't crash into that thing and knock over. Yeah, there we go. Youch! There go the solar panels. My God. We made it. We actually made it. And there's a fern. Incredible. 4. Perfect. And world first milestone. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. Foxtrot 2's got to return home? That's going to be a problem. It doesn't have any parachutes. Well, we better go staple some on. Due to a rather infuriating clause in the small print of our mission contract, we're going to need to go back up and refit the Foxtrot 2 for a landing on a completely different planet. Oof. Hey, what's up? My name's Miles, I'm 31, and I never learned how to read. Thankfully, we received a truly ludicrous amount of science from that mission, enough to really kick this whole operation into the next gear. Insane. Actually insane. 2,139 science from a single mission. That's just stupid. It's so much. It's the EVA reports, it's the science, the surface samples. Oh man, they just add up so quick. And insane reputation gains. Very cool. Level 1 engineer. You landed on the goddamn moon, Javier. Okay, crewed missions MUN program. It's done. We've completed the MUN program. The next one is obviously the MINMIS program for crewed missions. So I think we're going to be picking that up for sure. I would like to activate. Actually, hold on. Before we pick that up, we should wait because we might get the landed on the MUN and then returned home situation. So instead, we should just go up to level 2 boldly go because that's just a flat upgrade. We get, what do we get now? 25,000 science. We get money. We get 25,000 money each time we find a new thing and some reputation bonus. Okay, so we can do a lot of research now. Gotta get the electronics because that gives you retractable solar panels. I say undeployable, which is not quite right. I need to get better probes. That's what I want first. Larger docking connectors would be nice. We get the rotors so we can build robots. We get hinges, which are pretty sweet. The winch is really nice. I think that allows you to transfer fuel. If I'm not mistaken. The grabbing unit's amazing. Okay, definitely need actuators. Heavy duty lifters. Wow, that's a big SRB. Actually, might pick that up. Ah, there it is, the Hex. Okay, we gotta get that one. Precision engineering. And I definitely want unmanned tech as well. So yeah, that's a no-brainer. Even if we're gonna be doing manned missions, just having the Probodobodyne as a backup is so valuable. I would love scanners. If we're going to think about maybe doing colonization stuff, we are definitely going to need scanners. Tech tree's a little scuffed. It's all overlapping over itself. I think something's wrong with the way it's drawing. But that's just part of the journey, you know? Electronics is pretty sick, just for the better antenna. Oh, radio science. Ooh. 300 science. You know, I guess the rule of thumb has always been you invest in science first, because then you get more science to get all the other stuff, right? To get science. I do want these heat radiators in case we get into nuclear engines. That might be really valuable. And I think I just kind of want like big old rockets. You know, some upper stage and lower stage engines. Just give me both of them. Do we just go aviation finally? Get the crew cabin? Yeah, screw it. Okay, so now we need a mission to take us up there to get that ship. Extraordinarily stupid task requirements require extraordinarily stupid solutions. And that is exactly what we cooked up. Behold, the Skur. Sure. Why not? Why not? Yeah, the Skur. It's the Skur rocket.
Roll up, yeet, drop that, yeet, skirt that, yeet, pop that.
After a fairly standard launch and rendezvous, the Skur rescue ship arrived at the scene of the crime for a little reverse vandalism. So, I need my engineer, Javier. Let's get you moving, buddy. This can get dumped in there, because I need you to pick up this. Inventory, there we go. Okay, so you need that. And you need as many of these things as you can carry. Okay, you can carry 2. Cool, we're doing this in steps. So now, how... I press X to use... Oh, I gotta right-click equip. There we go. Okay, so we've got it there. There we go. H to attach. Perfect. Okay, and is this still the same vessel? I do still see the mission reticle around it. And... yes, the mission is still saying it's active. Okay, sweet. So we can do this without ruining everything. Understood. Okay, so this is going to take a few steps. Give me a minute here. My god, man, doing these maneuvers with the freaking planet just below you. Can you imagine the awe? Oh, I'm not convinced I want to go to the moon or Mars, but man, I want to see the stars. Just from outside the atmosphere. Can you imagine looking down on that? Well, not that specifically. That would be kind of terrifying, because that implies you're not at home. I mean, the Earth, right? Oh, I just... all I can think is that it would just be the most incredibly humbling experience. Okay. Second parachute, and then I'm actually a little bit of a crazy beast here. I'm thinking, what if we detach the mini pack of supplies there? Can I then grab that? I can, but I need to... okay, I need to go drop off this this first. Because we don't have any supplies on this ship, and Javier is going to have to fly it home. And I'm just thinking that because I'm wondering if this needs to be... because it does say perform a manned return from orbit of the Mun. So I'm just thinking maybe we have to have a Kerbal on board when this thing lands. And Javier, having stolen Dr. Wan's glory, can now make his own. Oh, that's not the best place for that. That's the best place for that. Alright, and that's it. We fly back with the life support pack. We staple it to the ship. And Javier flies home. In fact, we have to fly both of them home, don't we? I think we'll probably take Ada back first. Gotta get a little closer. There we go. Okay, gorge. So, I definitely want to be as far away from the re-entry point as possible. These modules are pretty resilient on their own. So there's a good chance that just by sitting in this thing we'll survive, even if the rest of the vessel fails. And most of the parachutes are stapled to this part of the ship, so I think it will be okay. We do have 285 meters per second of delta V. Okay, well let's take Ada home first then. Oh, sorry, Javier. Let's take Javier home first, and maybe Ada can make their own glory then in a different way. We need to switch back to orbital perspective, and we definitely want to be dropping rather gently into the ocean if we can manage it. So I think we want to aim right there. There's the KSC, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's the KSC. So the closer we get, the better our reward will be for fun. So now's a great time to drop. Okay. And with what remains, burn. This will be enough to knock us out of orbit, I'm almost certain. Yep, 50 meters per second. Just definitely want to land in the ocean. That is the only thing I am certain of here. Okay. Now, the one thing that does worry me a bit is that this thing is basically shaped like a missile, so I'm worried it's going to flip around once we hit orbit, but nothing I can really do about that except pray. We can turn RCS on at least. And what we should do is turn SAS off and start spinning. Quite rapidly, actually. Hold on, we need to line up with our velocity vector. And then start tumbling. Because this is going to keep us gyroscopically stable as we come through the atmosphere. Javier Kerbin's going to have an absolute nightmare ride, but maybe this works. Okay, we definitely do want to tumble. We want to bleed off as much velocity as possible. And it looks like the engine did indeed manage. Javier Kerbin lost consciousness for a moment there. Okay, the drogue chutes can deploy. We've done it. Oh, okay. We've done it. Oh man, that was crazy. Oh, okay, we did it. We did it. Javier had a little bit of an oopsie in his pants, but we made it in. Now, if you're wondering why I made such an aggressive descent profile, it's because I didn't want to land at night, because I didn't know if I was going to hit the ocean or not. Like, we basically have to hit the ocean for this vessel to survive. I mean, we do have landing legs, so maybe we could have pulled it off on land, but I didn't want to lose the engine. Wow, landing as the sun set. Not the best for the recovery mission's efforts, I'm sure, but for KSP's purposes, totally fine. Okay, Javi, why don't you go ahead, give me an EVA report. Why don't you go ahead, give me a surface sample. Why don't you go ahead. Do I have another science experiment stashed? No. Okay, let's recover. And that should complete those 2 missions. An extra 200 science, just for fun. I mean, why not, right? Recovery of a vessel returned from the surface of the Mun. Amazing. There we go. 264k for the manned orbit and 396. Oh, very cool. Very cool. And we got 2 new strategies, huh? Let's see. Astronaut training program. There it is. Hired astronaut start at level 1. That would be pretty sweet. That would be pretty sweet. But I think instead we're going to have to pick up the Minmus program, because that is definitely where we are going next. Amazing! We actually pulled that off, which meant we could finally pick up a new strategy, this time to explore Minmus and a few of the contracts around it. Jedman, I think you might be too far away from me, bud. Repair a satellite, orbit of the Mun, blah, 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 blah. I don't really want to go out to the Mun. Maybe we could go get him. Let's go have a look at what that contract looks like. If he's in like some kind of crazy elliptical orbit, sorry, Jedman, but you're staying there. I mean, that's not bad. We could probably do that. Which meant it was finally time for, quite possibly, the single most scuffed rescue mission in Kerbal history. That's right, I'm coming for you, Matt Lown. We're actually going to be astonishingly close on our first pass here. We might even be able to get an intercept, which would be just insane. I think you could just like catch up. It would be like catching a moving train, by the way, just for context here. Oh my god, we can actually get an intercept. That was not planned at all. 400 meters per second of relative velocity difference, but hey, it's an intercept. Okay, so now we should really just kind of burn hard as possible, really, so that we can, there we go, wrap that orbit around. There we go. Fortunately, we are rendezvousing in the damn dark, which is never good. Okay, we got a 0.1 kilometer intersect, which is basically a collision, which is kind of exactly what we want here. I'm going to bump that up. It's still at 0.1. Damn, that was basically a perfect intercept. Eyeballing it too, huh? Huh? Not too bad. Okay, we can indeed switch to Jedman. He's in a little Orion capsule. Interesting. Let's pop him out. He's a miner. Oh, that's kind of perfect. I don't know why he's working in the space industry, but good for him. All right, well, I guess we're raffling off Jedman. Who wants to be Jedman? Okay, so Jedman, you are going to have to do the rendezvous au manuel, Chief. Hope you're ready. Okay, we got a 400 meter intercept. 12.1 meters per second. It's manageable. Okay, we should be really close to it now. He should be looking at it, in fact. I think I see it. There it is, there it is, there it is. Oh my god, we did it. Okay. Jedman did indeed have to get out and fly, but you know what? You know what? He's safe. Well, at the very least, he's in an oxygenated environment now. Congrats, Jed. Welcome to the team. So, we need to switch back to our orbit, and we need to get the hell out of Dodge. Let's get out of here. Okay, Ada, you're doing your first official MUN flyby return. How are you feeling? Yeah, that checks out. She's feeling a lot right now. The nervous hand pattern, man. The animations are so good. Ah, I didn't close the solar panels. Bring them back in. Bring them back in. Thankfully, the atmosphere is still pretty thin up here. Okay, whew, nearly lost him. Should probably disarm that as well. Don't want to accidentally attach to a mountain and explode. Just feel like that's something the game would do to me. Oh, and we're landing right over the KSC. The accidental perfection of this mission just cannot be overstated.
The accidental perfection of this mission.
Hey y'all, I noticed something I'm missing on this spacecraft. Let me know if you can see it too. Is there anything conspicuous here that we don't have? Perhaps something large and atmospherically draggy. I don't know. Alright, fine. We will just poke our heads out of the atmosphere. There we go. We'll leave the lunar orbit, but we won't re-enter just yet. With 550 meters per second, do you think I could do a thrust landing with that? We gotta try, right? You gotta try it. You gotta try it. Okay, so the new plan is as such. We have let off a ton of velocity. We could come in and try and save this vessel, or, I just realized, we could not do any of that, and we could just jump out with the parachutes. I forget these little guys come with their own parachutes. So that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna land au manuel. That's been the theme of this entire run, and then we're also definitely going to put parachutes on the Sker mission and redesign it entirely because it's been an absolute disaster from the get-go. Okay, so what's the game plan here? The game plan is as such. We get as low down into the atmosphere as possible, right? Once we've dropped plasma, we bail. Ada, Jedman, they jump out, they deploy their parachutes, and they just float down safely. I'm pretty sure this is going to work. We could also use the engines to burn off as much velocity as possible before we actually connect, but I'm going to let the atmosphere do as much work as we can get it to do here. There we go, we switched to surface mode. Unfortunately, we are coming down at nighttime, which is going to make this even more difficult. It's going to make this very hard to see. I'm hitting another quick save. We're committing to the failure. Okay, see, those dynamic stresses, those are scary for a guy like me. Okay, we have 12,000 meters. Let's actually fire up that engine. Let's reduce that velocity as much as possible. Okay. Jedman, you're the first to go, Chief. I want you to deploy your chute. There we go. Okay. You need to burn. Maybe we can save it. Maybe we can save it. 108. Nope. Ada lives, dude! Yes! Yes, Ada! Deploy your chute! Oh! What a hero! Holy shit! She failed at the last second and lived! Ada, my champion! My absolute champion! Oh my goodness! Hold on, come into the clearing here. What a little gamer! Holy! Oh, okay, and Jedman is indeed coming down. Real nice. What a journey that was. Holy. Okay. Note to self. Never do any of that ever again, ever. Holy, he lived. He actually lived. Contract parameter complete. Okay. Alright. They're scattered, but they're alive. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe... What a scuffed recovery. Okay, so our goals for the next one are going to be to try and complete probably the orbital station around Kerbal. I think that's going to be the next thing we work on. And then we will start our exploration of Minmus. Yeah, that's going to be planned. We might even do those things in parallel, but we're definitely going to start building the orbital station above Kerbal, and we're going to use that as a fuel and science depot. And that's really going to take everything we do here to the next level. I'm super excited. It's going to be really fun. I do want to see which one gives us the lab, because we absolutely must have the laboratory. That's the one we need. The MPLLG2. It basically allows you to significantly increase the amount of science you get from the science you do. So we're going to be picking that up for sure. Would love some better command modules, mostly for a larger lander. We can build a more permanent sort of vessel that we just sort of keep in orbit. That never has to come back, but that's okay. That's all for the future. We are officially off the ground, people. We are moving towards finality. Thank you all so much for watching today. That has been so much fun. Ada, Javier, Dr. Wand, and Baba Ganush are willing to see you in the next one. And of course, we need a new name for Jedman. He's a minor. Whoever gets assigned it will be allowed to choose a name. So leave your ideal names down in the comments, and we'll do the assignment at the end of the next, or at the start of the next episode. Until next time, everybody, thank you all so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. And wipe out some of that pesky horizontal velocity, keeping us up in the sky. Up in the sky. Losing my mind. I got too much coffee. I'm caffeinated and I'm ready to run. Did I say I'm ready to run? Iran? I ran a marathon? Yeah, who's asking, buddy? I think my brain's broken. I think I have worms. I think I have brain worms. Dude, they'll make me the U.S. Department of Health guy leading person. The worms. No. No. After a fairly standard launch and rendezvous, the Skur rescue ship arrived at the scene of the crime. I'm sorry. Oh, it's such a bad name. It's just, I just imagine him like in the rocket just going like ripping just like a sick 90-degree donut, like whipping around the corner, Fast and Furious style, just going skrrr. You know what I'm talking about? No, it's the worms. After a fairly standard launch and rendezvous, the Skur rescue ship arrived at the scene of the crime for a little reverse vandalism. It's the best line I've written, reverse vandalism. What does it mean? But it makes so much sense, you know? That's the worm talking. We gotta start crediting him in the the end of the videos. Magic LU worm. Everybody, name him. Name the worm in the comments. Listen, he's part of the war. Okay. We had several arcs. There was the food poisoning, then the carbon monoxide, and now we got worm. Oh, and the heat stroke. Who could forget the heat stroke? Oh, and the subathon madness. Baba is you. Maybe the worm's name is Baba. I don't know. I'm going off track here a little bit. You made it to the end of the video. Congratulations and thank you. That puts you in the top 3% of viewers. Here's another video that YouTube thinks you're going to like, and here is a list of all the patron and channel member names. If you don't see yours on there, you can find a link down in the description where you can sign up and support this content directly. If your name is on there, well, you probably already know that, huh? So, what are you still doing here?